sport, was being brought around it early on with the intent to actually fight.
Okay.
I've had a few fights back in the day and stuff, so a little bit. That was more jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
Yeah, this the cauliflower's from the jiu-jitsu. Few lumps were from some kickboxing. You know, eat a good hard left hook to the ear. It'll give you, and you're like, wow, this got hot all of a sudden. Is someone burning my ear?
Hot and puffy out of nowhere.
Right. There's a weird pressure on the side of my head. So I was being brought around to kind of, step into this organization, and just saw some fights happen that I didn't think they should have happened the way they did.
I got you.
And I flipped my mind, I was like, you know what? I could do a better job than that guy. I had no clue what I was getting myself into. I just felt I could do better than that guy.
But you knew about the sport, obviously.
Yeah. It was, we're talking like 90. My first match as a referee was in 98.
Oh, wow.
So I was being brought around the fights around 96. So I had a couple years of being right there around it, and involved in it. So I kind of had a feeling for what was going on and stuff, I've been trained jiu-jitsu since 92.
So you've been in love with the sport for
Yeah. So when they brought me as a ref, a lot of the fighters already knew me through the circuit already. So I already had a rapport with people. They trusted me. Knew what I'm about. And that's basically how I got into it. It was just cutting my teeth from that point on.
Let me ask you. Are you ever in the middle of the fight think yourself, I'm watching a hell of a fight?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you're able to chill. I mean, you're not so dialed in with it. You're like, I'm watching a hell of a fight.
It's hard, and I've been asked to do it, it's hard to enjoy the fight, the beauty of what it is when we're in there, because we're so focused on what we're doing and what we're looking for that it's hard to kind of step back and look at it, because to me a fight is a beautiful thing. I know it sounds weird sometimes, but what is actually happening in those moments is beautiful to me. It's technique for technique and timing and testament of heart and all this stuff. You know what I mean? So there's a lot going on, but in those moments we're not focused on that. We're focused on, is this clean? Is that clean? Or where is this going? How's this guy doing? What's his reactions? Blah 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 blah. So it's hard to have that enjoyment of. But there are sometimes in that you're like, damn, these guys are scrapping.
What's the best fight you've ever refereed?
I mean, there's so many. The fight I always say is like my favorite fight. I wouldn't say the best fight, but one of my favorite fights I refereed was Babalu against Shogun.
Okay.
And that was Shogun's first fight out of the U.S. or out of Brazil.
Right.
In the U.S. he was 18. And
now was that one of like the tournament styles?
Yeah, it was. That was an 8-man tournament. It was a huge tournament. It was Chael Sonnen, Forrest Griffin, Trevor Prangley, Jeremy Horn, Eric Vandelay, Shogun, Babalu, and some Russian guy. I can't remember his name. And so, I mean, it was a tremendous evening.
That's what Shogun fought like 3 times in one night.
Babalu and Horn made it to the finals.
Okay.
Horn had the quick road, Babalu had the long road. And, I mean, it was a tremendous battle. The fight was incredible. But the one to me that I was so enthralled with was the Shogun Babalu guys. It was just so, I mean, just the techniques they were using, and just Shogun's heart, Babalu's heart in that fight. It was just incredible.
You could step back and say, I'm watching an epic right now.
It was, in my mind it was. I still go back and pull it up online to watch it, because it was such an incredible fight.
From a guy who knows the fight game, from a guy who is part of it, what's the biggest change that you see that needs to happen with MMA?
Biggest change that needs to happen with MMA is I would just say that just the education, that officials that continue their education of the sport, that we aren't, me, my peers and the judges there, that we're not complacent with where we are, but that we all have to educate ourselves to get better. And I think that if that happens, I think a lot of issues that people are complaining about will go away. And then I say this for all of us. I mean, if I get complacent in my job, someone gets hurt more than reasonable.
That's a real kind of thing. Very, very good. Guys, it's Josh Rosenthal with MMAnewsleak.com. Check in. We'll put his interview up on the website.